Kelly, really appreciate your time. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks for being sat with us here in Abu Dhabi as well. Very kind of you. In fact, I want to sort of start with a bit of a UAE question, if we can. As we know, UAEREP marking a decade this year, 10 years of advancing rain enhancement science, not just here in the region, but also around the globe. And to that end, how do you see the program as a whole during that time contributing to global efforts in water security? What impact has it had?
It's really interesting. So my organization focuses on near-term climate risk, and we're very interested in advancing the science on what we know about the atmosphere, about adaptive responses, about climate change. And what's been really inspiring about the program in the UAE and this sort of longitudinal commitment to advancing the science. So rainfall enhancement cloud seeding goes back decades. But it hasn't had the scientific foundation for, how particles interact in clouds, how that translates to precipitation, what the realities are. And so the UAE has really been at the forefront of advancing global science to understand how that works in a really objective way. So it has made and is making a really significant contribution to actually building a scientific foundation for this area at a time when it's increasingly important to have it.
You bring up a really interesting topic, and obviously we know that your work at SilverLining is having an equally large impact, but it's this sort of intersection, if you like, of the two ways of thinking, the evolution of that thinking as well. How would you say that your work intersects with the principles of rain enhancement in the grand goal, the grand scheme of things, to mitigate climate impacts at the moment?
Well, that's a great question. I think there are two ways. One is that this is really about adaptive responses that help people reduce the near-term risks that they're facing. Two big risks being water and heat. We have another program here emerging in UAE about direct surface heat. And so I think that there's a really important intersection in that what we all care about is looking at mitigating risks of drought and of reduction in rainfall. And then the science that will tell us, what does that trajectory look like? What does it look like in the region? What are the realities of precipitation in the region over the next 30 years? And then what are our adaptive responses to deal with that? So we're very much interested in those questions. And then where we intersect in the science level is what tools and information we have to look at the atmosphere. So ground zero for what's happening to the climate is actually the atmosphere. It's actually the weakest area of investment in science and observation. So we've invested in the energy system, we've invested in looking at greenhouse gas emissions, but our atmosphere lacks the data, really good models right at the pieces that you talk about, the interactions between clouds and particles, which at a localized level have to do with rain, and at a global level have to do with the reflection of sunlight and how cool the planet is. So we have a lot of points of intersection, and we really respect how rigorously they've evolved their scientific approach to those questions.
Kelly, can't thank you enough. Questions answered, as they say, so thank you very much. Good day.
Thanks, Tom. Great questions.
Enjoy yourself with the rest of the forum and the rest of your time here in Abu
Wonderful,
Dhabi.
thank you.